Hello, myself W. Sharanappa, Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Veerashaiva College, Bellary. Today's topic for the BSc second semester botany students. The topic is fossils, fossilization of paleobotany. First of all, we should know about that what are fossils. If the layers of sedimentary rocks, later on you come to know that what is sedimentary rocks, are the sedimentary rocks are the pages that tell the story of earth. Fossils are the words. Literally, the word fossil means dug out, dug up. Technically speaking, fossils are remains of life that are at least 15,000 years old. Preservation can include both altered and unaltered hard and soft parts. Fossils can also be casts and molds. They are found in shales, sandstones, limestones, amber, ash, nodules, tar, with and also ice. The study of an organism from death to fossilization is called the taphonomy. Paleobotany, the study of fossils of plant life of the geologic past, is called paleobotany. Paleobotany tells us the story of preserved vestiges of the plant life of the past. The simplified language paleobotany may be defined as a branch of botany which deals with the study of such plants which are living in past but extinct now. They are said to be extant. Introduction. This geological range, the interval between the first occurrence of a fossil species in the geological record. The geological time scale gives us the idea about the chronological dating that relates geological strata to time and is used by the geologist, paleontologist, and other earth scientists to describe the timing and relationship of the events that have occurred during the earth's history. Here later I'll come to this picture. This gives us the where and in which era the plants and fossils were existed. Fossils, the study of dead remains of the organism or their imprints preserved in the geological rocks, is called fossil. Fossils are used to study organisms present in the past. Fossil is derived from the Latin word to dig. The fact fossils are impressions or cast of the organelles living some time back. Now they are extinct. Now they are required to dug out. Normally the plant dies and it degenerates. Degeneration starts immediately. This degeneration remains continued till the entire body is broken into chemical compound. Thus, no evidence of its former remain is existent. But sometimes under certain circumstances, the degeneration of the plant body stops. Thus, the parts of the body remains in visible form. These remains are known as fossils. These fossils are lifeless. They are present in rocks. Now they are required to be dug out. Normally the plant dies and its degeneration starts immediately. This degeneration remains continued till the entire body is broken into chemical compound. Thus, no evidence of its former remain is existed. But sometimes under certain circumstances, the degeneration of the plant body stops. Thus, parts of the body remains in visible form. These remains are known as fossils. These fossils are lifeless. The plant fossils are normally present in the rocks. Importance of the fossil. The study of fossil plants has great importance. Number one, they throw light on phylogeny and evolution of plants. The extinct plants tell us some stages through which existing groups have passed during course of the development. Fossil plants gives a historical approach to plant kingdom. Fossils are useful in the classification of plants. Fossil plant can be used in the field of descriptive and comparative anatomy. Now the process of fossilization. The process of fossilization is various types. The first of all, wind, steam, stem-borne plant come into quiet water and becomes saturated. Now it begins to sink. The entire plant or some part of the plant lies in parallel to the horizontal position. In presence of mud or sand, plant it will sterile with sand. Abundant sediment will cause rapid accumulation of the plant will be separated from one another. Thus rocks between which plant parts, mainly the stem and leaves, remain present. The weight of the accumulation of sediments will flatten it. The sediment increase the thickness compact. As a result, the less resistant and more comparative plant parts flatten to new portion its original thickness. The plant parts become cylindrical. They are made up of hard tissues. The weight overlay of sediments will produce lens-shaped object. Thus, the rocks have the compression of impression of the plant. Thus, rocks having compression, when split open, one surface usually bears the impressed outer part. The types of fossil. There are various types of the fossils. Number one is petrifications or mineralized plants. In this type of the plant fossil, the original cell of the plant tissue is retained by means of the some minerals like silica, etc. These minerals has infiltrated the tissue. In this type of the fossil, sometimes the material of the original plant may be preserved. Example, coal balls, silicified wood, etc. The second one is cast on incrustations. In this type of the plant fossil, the form of the plant is, if preserved as a cast, the cast result from the liking of a cavity formed by decay of tissues of plant part. These are the types of the fossils. Now we can see the some of the points which are related to the types of the fossils. Here we can see this is the impression of the dinosaur, the movement, and here it is in the shell impressions, and also in the one animal, the lizards, reptiles, that is preserved, again the impressions, and fish impressions. From the paleobotany and from the botany part, the first plant, the vascular plants in the form of Rhynia, we got from the Devonian. I will come back to the geological time scale. Here in the geological time scale, we can observe the first land plants which were present in the Silurian, first vascular plants in the Silurian era, Silurian period of the Paleozoic era, which were present before 350 to 450 million years ago, which gives idea. Now this type of the plants, they got preserved in the form of fossils. Later I will try to explain the types of the fossils and the plant parts. From our study, we have for the syllabus only three plant examples. One is Rhynia, and second one is the Lepidodendron, and the third one is the Calamites. Here in this picture, you can see there are three plants. Out of three, one center one, Rhynia center. Rhynia, it is present in the center, that is very important. And here this plant gives idea about the branching. There are two types of branching, horizontal branching and erect branching. Horizontal branching is the rhizome, and on which the erect branches are formed. They are strictly dichotomous in branching, and these dichotomous branching ended in the form of spore producing structures, sporangia. Now we can say that sporangia. Like that, the other two plants are there, and they are very similar in the branching and life of the Devonian plants. This Devonian period present in the Rhynia. These are said to be vascular plants because the vascular tissue, the thick wall tissues, are get preserved in the form of fossil. Before that, there were many plants and organisms were present, but they are not preserved in the form of fossils because of the soft tissue. They were made up of with the soft tissue. The vascular plants, first unquestionable vascular structures appear during middle Silurian. Some fossils show plants up to 30 cm tall, horizontal stalks, rhizomes. Now it is said to be rhizome, and the vertical stem and spore sacs. Only this type of the the material will get preserved. Originally, we can reconstructed plant. There are two types of the Rhynia. One is Rhynia major, Rhynia guinea, and another species. Here, the species are not important, but they are very similar, and they are reconstructed. The fossil, the paleobotanists are reconstructed this plant, the rhizoids and rhizome and branching system and sporangium. In the transfer section, here there is a separate method to take the fossil sectioning. The fossilized material casts can be taken the transfer section. Here in the center, the diagram, it shows that the TS of stem. Centrally there is a xylem and surrounded by the phloem, and the remaining portion is said to be cortex, that may be separated outer and inner cortex, and epidermal layer, epidermis, is present with the stoma. Here and there you can identify that the presence of stomata. Here, because the leaves are not present, the function of the leaf is taken place by the stem itself. It shows that they are green. They were green in color, and they see here the sporangium, spore producing structure. There is a covering layer, and inside there are some spores, sporangium. In this picture, it is very clear. Spore tetrads were present, and it is impression is present over the rock, and this later we are predicted that there is a presence of spores, tapetum, spore tetrad, sporangial wall, all those things, and some of the spores were get preserved so that we can reconstruct it. This is the original imprint which is taken the section from the original part of the fossil. Second one is Lepidodendron. Lepidodendron is the plant which is present. It is also a reconstructed plant, Lepidodendron. The genus Lepidodendron with 100 species appeared in the late Devonian, flourished in the Carboniferous, then underwent degeneration most probably during the late Permian. The plants were mostly tall trees. The plant body sporophyte. The plant was large tree with a typical stigmarian root system. Here we can, the scientists they are named because all the parts are not get preserved at one place. They are collected from different portion in the different area of the same jurisdiction, so that they are able to reconstruct the plants as a Lepidodendron. Only for the aerial portion it is said to be Lepidodendron. Here the Lepidodendron stem straight, unbranched for a considerable height, and then showed a regular dichotomy in its branches. The stellar organization of the stem and branches of the Lepidodendron was usually a protostelic nature. The leaves named as the form genus Lepidophyllum. See, here for the leaf also they are given a different name, Lepidophyllum, were circular to linear in shape, and the simple they were borne spirally on the branches as well as on the alternating